Hey everybody, so what I would like to do today is give you a tour of my IKEA greenhouse cabinet Milsbo edition. IKEA greenhouse cabinets are all the rage, and I have to say, from my experience, they are a great investment. I've had a lot of success with mine as far as my plants showing lots of new growth. That's the type I have is a Milsbo cabinet, and there's so much happening. It's gonna be a very informal video. I'm just gonna kind of vlog style show you what is going on, and I've had this cabinet now for quite a few months, and since I first set it up, I have not done a cabinet update. Bye buddy, see you later. Oh. Do you want to come hang out with us? Oh, so handsome. This is Barney, everybody. He's visiting for a few days. He is my brother's dog. He is literally the best boy. Apparently he loves to be held, and he thinks he's this little baby. They did the dog DNA test, and he's an Australian cattle dog with Pomeranian. Who's that? And for those of you that don't know me, welcome. My name is Ashley, and this channel is for crazy planty people. If that brings a smile to your face, make sure you subscribe. The only way to not miss a video, I do post about twice a week, is for it to show up in your newsfeed, and for that to happen, you would need to subscribe. I am also on Instagram, and I'm at about 7,000 followers on Instagram right now, and I'm thinking once I get to 10, I'm gonna do a really cool giveaway, a really nice plant. Maybe I'll team up with Cactus Club or something. So if you like giveaways, maybe give me a follow on Instagram. A lot of you guys have asked about my glasses. Glasses USA is one of my brand partners. They're sponsoring this video. Big thank you to them. I've included a link in my description below. They're awesome. Their glasses are amazing. Their website's so easy. You can try on all the glasses. They even have an app that will tell you your prescription in your old glasses, so you don't have to go get your prescription. It can just scan your existing pair of glasses and let you know what your prescription is. I'm actually about to place another order. I get a few more pairs because I am obsessed, to say the least. Like I said, this video is going to be super cash, and I'm just gonna kind of give you a tour and show you what's going on with my IKEA greenhouse. So let's jump into it. Okay. Buddy, you're gonna give the grand tour? My room is looking packed. I'm about to do a whole redo in this room, but just focusing on my Milsbo IKEA greenhouse cabinet today. The light in here is a little bit weird, so I have my ring light there, just so you guys can see a little bit better. Let's start on top, and then I will go into the cabinet. This is my gorgeous Anthurium Magnificum. It's so beautiful. Ever since I got it though, the leaves have been a little bit droopy. And then this leaf got pretty dried out as well, so I just trimmed that back, because I read that you should do that with anthuriums. But I did want to point out that I just saw this, so there is some new growth happening. I can't wait. It's the first new growth it's put out since I got it, so that is pretty exciting. There are some little cobwebs. I don't know if you can see them here, but I double checked. It's not spider mites, it's actual cobweb. This is my Philodendron Mexicanum, and it has put out tons of new leaves since I first got it. It put out this one, now it's putting out this one, and I don't know if you can see, but there is another little leaf coming out there. Look at the bright red stems. I'm kind of standing in the way of the light, but absolutely beautiful, beautiful plant. And I'm happy to see how much new growth it's put out. Speaking of more new growth, my Philodendron Golden Dragon just put out a new leaf. It just put out this one, and it's definitely a mottled Golden Dragon. As you can see, it has this awesome variegation. This old leaf has it too. And then over here we have, oh my gosh, so many leaves. Over here we have some more new growth happening. So this Golden Dragon is so happy, just putting out tons of new growth. Look at the leaf. Oh, I love it. Here is my Epipremnum Shangri-La. So when I first got this one, it looked like this, and now it has put out all of this new growth. And I think because it has a lot of light, the leaves are actually kind of, opening up here. The texture of these leaves are really, really cool. All right, so I'm gonna take a quick peek at my prop boxes just to kind of see what's going on here. All right, so this is a Melanochrysum. I have two Melanochrysum cuttings, and this is brand new growth, this leaf, and it looks like there's some more new growth coming out on another cutting. And then I do have, as you can see, a lot of variegated string of hearts happening in there. That's actually really exciting about that new one. I love it. Let's see what's going on in this other one. This is the other one, and it's just more variegated string of hearts. Actually, I can probably take it out of here and go ahead and start planting some of these. And get a nice full pot of variegated string of hearts. There are some little baby string of hearts growing kind of along all of them, so yeah, pretty cool. My prop boxes always do well. So this thing definitely keeps good humidity. I did have a little water, like a little fountain in here for a while, and that did help a bit with the humidity, but it stopped working and I just got rid of it. And for the most part, I don't do anything in here besides just keep these plants watered as needed. And that seems to be enough, and it stays at about 70% humidity. I also have a humidifier going on in the room, which helps, as you can see here. This one, and I use another one as well. That helps a lot. I have one grow light here. It gets good afternoon light kind of from the window here. So one grow light is plenty light. I have two fans going. The fans are so important for this greenhouse environment. It prevents bacterial infections, fungal infections. And when I put this one together, I actually drilled a hole so that I could get the cords to the fans and all that stuff in here. So that's kind of the overall situation we're working with. I did make these little shelves with holes in them to help with ventilation and provide more shelf space. The only thing I wish I would have done is get the full size one. I knew it was a gamble when I got this one. I still have a thing I'm wanting to do on that, in that space up there. But I don't know. It probably would have been nice to have a full size one of these, because as you can see, I love it. I try to stick as many plants in here as possible. So I'm gonna get started on kind of showing you what I have going on in here for now anyway. I do have a little humidity monitor that I keep in here. It lets me know like the temperature, humidity, all that good stuff. I try to make it be at least 70 in here. The plants seem to love that. Starting off with this small variegated Hindu rope, Hoya carnosa compacta. It is such a cutie, and it wasn't doing very well until I put it into this IKEA greenhouse cabinet, and now it is thriving. All that pink is brand new growth. As you can see, it's quite a bit of white. I'm hoping that it'll put a little bit of green out because that's healthier for the plant when it has more green. Isn't it such a cutie? I'm obsessed with it. I'm glad to see that it is doing well. It's not dying anymore. It is putting out new growth, which is really exciting. So I have found, given the right conditions, that Hoya carnosa compacta can actually grow, you know, at a steady rate. These three are actually the same type of plant. It's an Epipemnum Pinnatum Variegata. Phala from Must Love Plants gifted me a couple cuttings of these. The leaves started dying on them, so I tried to propagate as many as I could in the fear that they would all die. But fortunately, they all made it, so I have a few coming out here. Look at that beautiful variegation on that. Now, as you can see, the shape of these leaves is really cool. And then as the leaves get larger, they will start to produce fenestrations. So I'm really excited about that. Let's see how this one's doing back here. Little cutie. Has a little bit of color, has a third leaf coming out there. As you can see the stem where I propagated it. Started off in a prop box, and then once they started to show some growth, I put them in these little pots that I got from Dollar Store with some more sphagnum moss, and I have to say they are doing really well. I'm excited with how all of these have turned out. Now, I was experiencing a pretty bad fungus gnat infestation in here, and I recently did my video about the way that I treat fungus gnats with mosquito bits using mosquito bit tea, and I only did one treatment when I did that video, and I have not seen really any fungus gnats. So I'm gonna do another treatment the next time I water, and then maybe one more time, and I should be good. Hoya Sunrise. As you can see, it's called Hoya Sunrise because it has their leaves will turn that cool like sunrisey color. And when I first got this one, it was the tiniest little baby cutting, and I actually propagated it and I chopped off the top of it pretty soon after getting it. It's in one of my prop boxes, but it is pushing out brand new growth. All those darker green shiny leaves, that's all brand new. I mean, there's like, I don't know, 8 new leaves on there. It's pretty exciting to see how well this guy is doing. Absolutely gorgeous plant. I'm obsessed with that one. That was a wish list plant forever. Here we have a cutting of, oh my gosh, guys, look! It has a peduncle. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. I had a little moment there. I've never had Hoya blooms besides this year, so that is super exciting. Oh my gosh, I just saw another Hoya that has blooms. Okay, I'll show you in a minute. Sorry, getting distracted. But this is a Hoya Matilde cutting, and as you can see, it has tons and tons of roots. So I need to go ahead and pot this guy up, but he does really well in here. He's very, very happy. And it's not dirty. I just put liquid dirt in here for fertilization, and it seems to do really well with that. And I was having a problem like seeing dead fungus gnats in here all the time, and now I see that there aren't any in there, so that's pretty exciting. Over here we have a Jade Scindapsus. This was gifted to me from a viewer. I'm so obsessed with it. It's so beautiful. I put it in some sphagnum moss, and look at that new growth. It took a long time for it to like start growing, but now that it is, it's growing pretty quickly. So I'm excited to see when it puts a new leaf out. Dragon Jade, it's a type of Dischidia. And you know, it doesn't do very much. It just kind of chills here. The texture of the little leaves are so cool, and they're really like kind of hard. Feel like little nerds, little rocks. It's such an interesting plant. I love it so much. But it hasn't put out any new growth or anything for me, but I also haven't killed it, so you know. So this is a type of begonia that I got a long time ago from Home Depot. It was like 4 little baby leaves, and it has just burst forth with new growth. I was kind of hoping that it would have a lot more of this lime green color to it, but it seems to be more on the brown side. And then the backs of the leaves have that really cool purpley color, but it's just thriving away. This is one of my favorite plants now. It's a Syngonium pink splash, and I found it at Malone's recently during one of their rare plant restocks that they had, and look how awesome the Syngonium is. I'm a big fan of Syngonium. It has so many like different lobes on each leaf. The pink color is beautiful, beautiful. It's the type of plant like I'm always checking on it, and it is putting out a lot of exciting new growth, which I am here for. I'm gonna give it some more time to grow, and then I'm gonna propagate it because I want more of them. So beautiful. Continuing on, here we have my philodendron Choco Red. It was my #1 wishlist plant for the longest time, and I just found one. It's so, so beautiful. And it has here a new leaf about to unfurl. So I can't wait to see what that looks like when it unfurls. And the leaves are so velvety, and I love the back sides of the leaves and how red they are, and the stems are so red, and philodendrons are awesome. So this is my Monstera Albo. It was a cutting that was gifted to me from Fela. She's the best. She's always like gifting me plants. I really owe a lot of my awesome collection to her. And let me see if I can pull this leaf out. So she showed me the mother plant, and the mother plant of this had wonderful, beautiful variegation. This leaf doesn't have, you know, a ton of variegation, but we'll see if it if and when it puts out new growth, what that looks like. For now, I have it in this little pot with some sphagnum moss, and it's growing roots. It's focused mainly on growing roots at this point. I had it in a bigger one, in a bigger like container, and I put it in a smaller one so it would maybe finish growing roots soon so that it can put out some new, you know, leaves and stuff. This has been here for a long time. I don't think that's doing anything right now, so actually needs a bit of water. But I'm obsessed, you know, I don't have any other kind of variegated monsteras, so the hope is that this one will turn into a beautiful plant for me one day. Here we have my dark form Treubii, and as you can see, this has some new growth popping out here. This is a new leaf that it's put out, absolutely beautiful. I'm a huge fan of Scindapsus. They're just so easy care, absolutely wonderful plants. I am down with any kind of dark foliage, as you guys know, so this is beautiful. I love it's putting out new growth, so once it gets going again, I'll start to propagate it. Back here is a Gloriosum. It had 1 leaf when I got it, and now it has 3 beautiful leaves, and it is about to put out a fourth. I don't know what this thing is back here, but maybe another leaf eventually. It's really, really happy plant. This is the one that actually encouraged me to get my big Gloriosum over here. This one over here, because yeah, that one did so well. And this one is definitely doing a great job recovering from when I kind of killed it the other day. And I don't know if you can see, but there's a huge new leaf coming out there. This is a variegated aluminum plant cutting. Clearly it's not doing very well. So I'm not sure what is going on with that one. This here is a Melanochrysum. This one really struggled to put out new leaves. That's why I took some cuttings and propagated it, which I just showed you in my prop box, and the ones in the prop box are really doing well. So hopefully this one will start to grow again and put out new leaves, but I was a little concerned at first, so I did go ahead and prop it. So this is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful plant. I hope it continues to grow and gets nice and big so that I can start to see some of those mature leaves forming. Speaking of that, I don't know if you guys saw the video where I bought this Forgetii. When I originally bought this, it had these 2 baby leaves on it. And look at the leaves it's put out. These are still hardening. They're not even fully mature yet. Look how lush and beautiful these are. Like, I can't get over it. It's just putting out new growth, new growth, new growth. It's one of my favorite plants now. Like, look at that. I can't. I am very, very curious to see if these leaves will get any bigger. Over here we have a little Anthurium Veitchii. This was my number 2 wishlist plant for a long time. El Choco was number 1. And Cactus Club managed to find this one for me. So when I got it, it had these 3 little baby leaves. And it just put out this one, and I'm really excited about this one, and I'm hoping it grows bigger. But as you can see, it's starting to get some of those classic like crinkles in the leaves that you get with Veitchiis. And I'm finding with Anthuriums, they, you know, it's not uncommon that they'll kind of kill off a leaf as they put out new ones. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens with this Veitchii. So this here is a, I think Bipennifolium cutting that I got from Cactus Club. Look at that beautiful leaf. I can't even get it in frame, it's so big. But it's in sphagnum moss and it's rooting, so I'm putting it in here because my propagations I've put in here usually do really well. So this guy is kind of an interesting one. It's my Crystal Hope. It has been hit or miss with this one. It kind of does great, then doesn't, then does great, then doesn't. It was doing great, and then it started losing its leaves, and I thought to myself, okay, it's a goner. I really did try everything, and then all of a sudden I noticed that it's putting out all of these new leaves. So as you can see, these 2 fell off. These were the only other 2 leaves it had, and now it's doing this stuff. So I'm kind of excited. I mean, it looks like there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 little leaves here, and then this one, which is turning like that pale color, which is never a good sign. So this one will probably die soon. But I do have all of these new little baby ones, so we'll just see how it goes. I mean, I pulled it up to check the roots. I was worried it might have pests or something, but the roots look really, really healthy on it. For some reason, I think it just wanted to get rid of those old leaves and put some new ones out. So it's working hard. I mean, that's 4 new leaves at one time. I mean, because you just like maybe do 1 at a time or something, but it's very happy. And this is one of my favorites. I was very disappointed when I thought it was kind of on the way out, but it's making a comeback. Crystal Hope, absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can, like, this leaf is actually doing something weird. I don't know, but it's very shimmery and silvery. It's such a pretty Anthurium when it's in its prime. This is Begonia Julau, and I finally am in a rhythm with the Julau. I almost killed it a few times, not keeping it moist enough, but it is really happy. It just put out this big new leaf, and it looks like there's like 3 or 4 other little baby leaves coming out. Isn't that beautiful? Here we have a beautiful, beautiful jewel orchid. Look at the lightning bolt on those leaves. This on the top here, that's all new growth. I keep them under here so they get shade, and then I keep them away from the fan so they don't get too dried out. and they're thriving. And then the other one I have is this. Then this is the other jewel orchid that I have. So beautiful. I love that stripe down the center of the leaf. Just absolutely stunning. My last one to share with you guys is this Anthurium Fingers. And when I first got it, I'm trying to find an old leaf. I guess this is an older leaf, but it's put out this leaf and then it put out this leaf. And every time it puts out a new leaf, it gets more fingers on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this one and 5 on that one. So it's pretty exciting. And I love to see these like cool looking fenestrations in these leaves and all the little fingers that come off of it. Really, really neat plant. This one's pretty hardy. I'm a big fan of this type of Anthurium, and it's so different than the other Anthurium that I have. So pretty cool. I just saw that this Hoya has a little bloom on it also. Isn't that cute? My Hoya Shepherdii. Adorable. All right, so that is the update on my plants in my Milsbo Ikea greenhouse cabinet. I really recommend them. They are awesome. Big thank you again to Glasses USA for sponsoring this video. And if you're interested in these pair or any other glasses I've mentioned in the past, click the links in my description below. Let me know if you have any questions about the Ikea greenhouse cabinet. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already and look me up on Instagram. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the day. You'll definitely be seeing me soon. Bye.